Yo, laid up in the cut. Watch these rap niggas fuck you up. Digging shorty guts, get them in to set you up. It's the most striking. 44 side of sight, take kindness for a weakness. So I won't be so kind to niggas coming through. I gave you birth, kid. I'm son of you, the infamous.
Yo, in the cut podcast. Shout out to the listeners, shout out to the viewership. There's a new show. This is the first episode of the show. So I felt I had to do it right. We got to do the show justice. We got to, I've always been about this 818 shit. It's clear, it's documented. So there's really no other way to do it. I had to get Young Baca in here.
It's my guy. Let's go, baby.
Yep.
We're over here at Jordan River recording. It's my boy, Young Adriano.
What's going on, guys?
He knows his name's Adrian Knobs.
Adrian Knobs.
And I'm the real nigga in the booth, man. So get popping. What's up, man?
What's up, man? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm halfway through this 40 ounce. I'm living life, dude.
Bro, live your best life.
Yeah, man.
My best life. All right, bro. So let's get down to it, bro. For the people who don't know, what do you do exactly?
I own a production company called Young Baca Productions. We do 20 plus events a month. LA, Vegas, Canada, New York City.
That's 20 plus events a month. You said that so casually, bro. How do you?
It is casual at this point.
That's a flex. How do you? Is there like business partners you have in this? How do you manage to do all this?
I have a business partner.
Business partners?
Sushi Michael Mendoza. Mm-hmm. He's my 50-50 business partner.
Right.
But we work hard every single day, man.
Definitely.
This is all I have. It's all I have. I don't have a girlfriend. I don't have kids. I don't have anything. I don't have a social life. This is all I have. This is what I believe in, and we're gonna change the planet, dude.
This is your religion.
I don't want to say it's religion because I am a religious, God-fearing man, so I don't want to say that.
I feel you on that.
Listen, I'm a catch. Listen, I'm a catch.
Ladies.
The Bachelor, ABC's The Bachelor. If you're the producer listening right now, because I know you're listening, hit me up, man. I'm God-fearing. I have no kids. I have no wife. I've never been married. I work my ass off every single day.
Yep.
I'm handsome.
Look at him.
Look
at him.
Come on, man. Let's go. I want to be on The Bachelor. That's what I want to do. I want to be on The Bachelor.
Honestly, I'll put in a good word for you.
There you go. Okay, I appreciate that, man.
Let me tell you this, bro. Well, let me tell the listeners this. He's pretty much indestructible. The first day.
See, I like this guy,
met
dude.
this
I told you.
motherfucker. All right, this is what
You
happens.
see Adrian's just shaking his head? Because it adds to the ego. That's the problem. It adds to the ego.
I'm home. Fucking 5 a.m. I got a text from Baca. Yo, we good? We all set for today? And then I'm like, yeah, for sure. I go back to sleep. I wake up. He had posted that he was in a car accident like at 10 p.m. or some shit like that. And I'm like, what the fuck? The car was totally wrecked. And then I meet him, like, what, maybe 12 hours after that, standing tall, fucking Iron Man.
Less than that, because you won the B-Side Forum.
Yeah, right.
Over at, shout out to B-Side Shop.
Shout out.
130 N Shoppers Lane in beautiful Covina, California. We do the B-Side show on Monday nights. We do the B-Side Forum on Wednesday nights. Thursday night, we have relevance. And then we just add a new show with Sick Jack of Cycle Realm every Sunday night. He spins some finals. He tells good stories, things of that nature.
Oh, word.
Everybody gets drunk. Shout out to those guys. But yeah, so I had you on the B-Side Forum.
Right. The B-Side is you as well, right?
So it's like 1.5% of me.
1.5%.
So the B-Side show, they've been doing it Monday nights for the last 7 years.
Fuck.
7 years they've been doing it. And about 3 years ago, they approached me about doing my own show.
Word.
So instead of an interview style, hey, come in, what new album do you have going on? Okay, great. And then you perform a song.
Right.
And then they get the next guy in. We do the B-Side Forum. We sit together at a round table. Everyone drinks. People smoke. And we talk about life. We talk about hip-hop. And I ask the questions that other people didn't ask,
Word.
I call people out on no bullshit.
Or I mean, definitely you've always been like a real fucking straight shooter. Yeah. And I guess that's one of the things I respect about you. Probably the things that gravitates people to you. Tell it how it is. You seem like you're not with the bullshit. Basically, you seem to be like someone who like you seem like you've been through a million battles. You're pretty open with your battles as well, like on Instagram and stuff. Like on your bio, you got from orphan to king.
From an orphan to the American dream, from an orphan to a king. Man.
How can you elaborate on that? Like, can you like take?
I'm the king of Los Angeles and the king of New York, dude. It's that easy.
How's your upcoming?
Ooh, this Budweiser's coming in. You see the Budweiser's coming in, Adrian. No, I was raised in orphanages. I was raised in group homes. I was raised in the foster home system. Right. I've been living on my own since I was 15, and just. We walk our ass off, man, every single day. I was homeless, man. I would sleep behind gas stations. I would break up boxes at the local liquor store for some cash and just walking our ass off, man.
So, like, you've been a grinder. This is something you're basically built for this shit. Yeah. You know nothing else. How you said,
That's all I got, man. Yeah.
That's incredible. That's it shows because you do so fucking much, dude. Like, it's almost overwhelming how much you do, in a sense, and not in a bad way at all. It's overwhelming and inspiring, and it's like you did 2 shows in 2 different countries at the same time.
Yeah. Get that one on camera. Adrian, we did 2 shows in 2 different countries at the same time. But I mean, it is what it is. You say, how do you do this, blah, blah. It's because we have a system in place. Well, Stevie D or Slum the Resident or Lego, they know how to run a show if we're not here. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
They know what to do. It's pretty simple. We text them information. We text them lineup. You know how much it is to get in. You know what to collect. You know what to pay the venue, or you know what to expect from the venue, things of that nature. And they've been doing it for so long. We do 20-plus shows a month. So these guys are grinding every single day, man. Stevie D, Lego, Slum the Resident, every single day, you know?
20-plus shows a month. So how many... You can't even give me a ballpark how many shows you've done at this point, right?
I don't know. It's been a lot.
At
this point, it's been a lot.
You've seen probably thousands and thousands of artists, right?
I book 150 artists every single month.
Jesus.
Every single month, I book 150 artists.
I think it's safe to say that no one else discovers more talent in the Southern California area than you. In California,
nobody
in
in California discovers more talent than Young Baca Productions. Nobody.
That's a fact.
Just because we could go to a show and we see a guy on stage. Hey, this guy's great. Hey, what's up? My name's Baca. Blah blah. Or I spend 5 hours a day on Instagram. Just people sending me music, or me discovering music, or me clicking on this guy's profile because he says he's an artist. Bands, hip hop, comedy, live art. People I hit you up. I was on Instagram. I saw you, and I said, "Hey, where can I find your podcast at? Because I'm interested. You love the 818 just like I love the 818. Hey, where can I find this podcast? I'm always interested in discovering new talent, and you have a talent for this podcast game, man. I'm really excited.
I appreciate it, bro. I appreciate you
saying that. You got a lot of gems from my boy Concept 714.
No,
Wake the Flock
I was
Up.
Just telling I was just telling Julian about it. Yeah.
He thinks pretty highly of himself, so it's okay. But that man, he's been in the game. He's been doing podcasts for 5 years. The first ever podcast I've been on, before I was on the B-Side Forum, before I did a Young Baca Productions podcast, anything. The first podcast I was on was because Concept invited me to be on his podcast.
Okay.
And I said, hey, this is dope. You know, he gets 2 mics, he chops it up. He has a series of questions he asks, and I've been honing my skills as a podcaster ever since, man.
Yeah, I think you're built for this shit, bro. You're built to talk. You're a talker, so it's pretty good. So again, back to all these artists and back to how the Instagram thing. How do you think Instagram is affecting like the careers of like artists these days? Because for me, I feel like a lot of these rappers wouldn't even have careers if Instagram, which is just cease existing right now.
Well, Instagram's good, but if Instagram ceased to exist and tomorrow morning Instagram shuts down, there's gonna be another app that pops up. And there's going to be another app that pops up.
There's always going to be that want for it,
Instagram is a part of people's lives.
That is true.
You check your Instagram every day? When you wake up, you check your Instagram?
It's the center of my entire podcasting career at this point.
It's everything I do. So if I hit you up and say, hey, I want to get you on the show, I like your music, I could be a nobody. But if you go to my Instagram, you go to @YoungBaca Productions, you can say, hey, they're doing all of these things. Look at everything they're doing. Yeah, I want to get involved. So it's easier for us to book people. Instagram's major, man. Social media is major because it's
been a big part.
Hey, you're a podcaster. Hey, just how we were talking about all the people that Adrian on the Knobs engineers for, he puts on his Instagram.
Yeah.
And they can say, okay, this guy's legit. So I know I could book a session with him. If Crooked Eye trust Adrian, if Too Short trust Adrian, if this guy from the Disney Channel trust Adrian.
Ooh, look at all those names on the floor.
Who am I to not trust Adrian to record my stuff? Hey, if Baca's doing a show with O-Town, Baca's flying people out to New York City, Baca's doing shows with Hot 97, the largest hip-hop radio station on the planet. Yeah, and then I could do a show.
It definitely
Let's get it popping.
It shows catalog. It shows consistency. It shows the grind.
You show that I've done the podcast with this guy. I've interviewed this guy. Okay, cool. Yeah, I would love to be a part of it. Instagram's huge, man. And, a lot of people give you slack about, hey, you spend all day on your phone or you do this. You have a girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
Does she get upset about the time you spend on your phone?
Nah.
No? You got a good one then. Most of them do. Most of them do. That's why me and Adrian are single men, because, we're dedicated to our craft right now at this point.
That's exactly. That's
look at these sexy guys.
Can you tell this man, we talk about a lot on the Brand Split podcast, is a podcast that we do. Me, Adrian, my boy Brian Andrews, and my guy Lex D. We just talk smack all day. That's all we do. We talk smack, and we make fun of each other. But can you tell him what your timetable is for getting married and having a kid? I don't want to put you on the spot.
By the time I'm 30, I'm supposed to be married and have a kid, and I'm 29, and I'll turn 30 in December.
Yeah, so we got to get it popping the next couple months. Yep. Me and Adrian did this thing that got us a lot of heat.
What was
Adrian made a Tinder account.
Uh-huh.
And Adrian's a looker. Like, he looks good, but he's not the best at speaking to women.
Right.
So we said, hey, we'll do this. Adrian, you're going to make a Tinder account, and I'm going to speak to women on your Tinder account. So when you match, I'm going to speak to them.
Two-headed dragon.
Yeah, but we got a lot of heat because they said we were catfishing people.
That's not catfishing.
I think it is. We stopped because I think it is catfishing people. Because you have this interesting conversation with this interesting guy, Young Baca, and then you go on a date with Adrian, and then, and then he doesn't bring up the point. So, it's catfishing.
I can see that.
But we were successful. Adrian went on a blind date. That's another story we'll tell you too, but we'll tell you a different time.
Speaking about stories, you seem to have traveled the world with hip hop. Where, like, can you name some of the places hip hop has taken you?
We have a lot of places we need to go, but we do New York City every other month.
Wow.
We do Vegas once every 3 months. We run up and down LA every single week. We just came back from Canada about a month ago. Canada was great. The show was amazing, but the country sucked.
The country sucked?
The country sucked.
Why?
You just turned 21?
Yeah.
So you as an American, as a grown man, you want to walk to the liquor store or you want to walk to the gas station, be able to buy yourself a Budweiser or buy yourself a Modelo. In Canada, in Toronto, you could only get liquor at a state-controlled store. And that store is only open from 7 a.m. to about 6 p.m.
What?
So you can't go to Ralph's, you can't go to Fonz, you can't go to Food for Less and buy a bottle of Jack Daniels. You have to go to a state-controlled store that's only open from these hours.
Does it cause sort of like a mayhem?
No,
I
because
would
they're
assume
used
on
to it.
holidays,
They're used to it.
motherfuckers be trying to like rampage that shit.
But they're used to it. It's different.
I mean, you got a fucking 40
Yeah.
in your hand. I can see how that'd be a problem.
No, but it's, you're hanging out with your friends. We're all hanging out in a different country.
It's like it's not even
we
like the vibe is not even right.
Yeah, we go to New York. We stop at the bodega at 4 o'clock in the morning. We all grab something to drink, and that's what we do. It's just a group of guys hanging out.
It's a culture. Yeah, I feel you,
so
bro.
we're working, but it's a workification as well.
No, yeah,
after
yeah.
the show, we want to hang out. We want to get drunk. We want to go hit the town.
Word.
Plus, in Canada, you can't get nothing to eat after 12 p.m. After 12 a.m., you can't find any place.
What the hell?
The city just shuts down.
Canada's too chill.
It's super conservative. That's what it is. It's super conservative.
Damn.
I don't think I'm ever going to go back to Canada.
Word?
I don't think there's
Weren't
a
you
reason
just
for
in
me to
Canada
go.
2 days ago?
No, 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Weren't
yeah.
you doing radio or something over there?
We did when we went up there. I'm gonna put you the name. I think it's Mega FM Hip Hop. They interviewed all of us.
Oh, okay.
And then the interview finally came out 2 days ago.
Oh, right.
So
right,
it's
right,
cool.
right.
We in LA, we're hanging out, and there was an interview in Canada
pretty-
going on with us talking on smack, man.
That's pretty
That's what we do
sick.
when we go to different cities, or different states, or different countries. We want to get on your podcast. We want to get on your radio show. We want to push our brand. We want to push our
Right.
agenda. More people that know about us, the more we could change the planet, man. The more venues we could do, the more clubs we could do, and just keep it moving.
Where do you see this shit going for you?
We're gonna be we want to be Live Nation.
Live Nation.
Live Nation sold $62 billion worth of tickets in 2016.
Whoa.
$62 billion worth of tickets in 2016. So if we can get 25% of that, I'll be okay. We'll be good to go.
Wow. Speaking about,
I get job offers every single day.
I would
Gordon
assume-
Foy's, these people, different places say, hey, come work
Labels.
for us. Yeah, labels, they say, hey, come work for us. But we believe in what we're doing, and we're doing it independently. We have no cosign. We have no backer. There's no guy that's giving us money to do these shows.
Word.
It's 100% independent.
like, labels haven't even like have they offered you like deals as far as like we'll just back you and then do whatever you want?
Nobody should sign a deal with a label in 2018. There's no reason
Right.
to sign a deal with a label.
Right.
Because the technology that we have, we're 2 kids from Panorama City.
Right.
We're able to do our own podcast, able to do our
There you go.
own shows. We don't need a label.
There you go.
Because
yeah.
the technology is so far advanced. If you wake up tomorrow morning and say, hey, I want to start rapping, you could get your microphone, get Pro Tools for $100. How much is Pro Tools?
It's a couple $100.
Okay, so a couple $100, you get Pro Tools, and you can start recording
I'm from
yourself.
Panorama
and-
City, bro. I'm a fucking.
Do your
I'm gonna
thing,
burn
man.
that. I'm a U-torrent that
Yeah,
shit.
there you
I don't pay for that. Just kidding, government. Fucking. Back to the technology and all that. Like, I feel like, wouldn't you say like this technology shit has really equalized a lot of people, and that's why, like, black culture is popping in, like, and just because
Black culture's always been popping.
Well, it's been popping, but
black culture invented rock and roll.
You're absolutely
Yeah.
right. I didn't mean that way, but as far as like, it's kind of mainstream now. As far as like, well, everything is woke.
hip hop is the most popular
Yep,
genre.
there you go. That's what it is. Hip hop.
in the planet now.
Hip-hop
it
is
used to
pop.
be rock and roll.
Hip-hop
Hip
is
hop
pop.
is pop, 100%.
Hip-hop is pop
Hip hop
now.
is pop. And I hate it and I love it at the same time.
I hate it. Dude, did you see the new dude, the little guy Boozy just signed?
No, I don't know.
Lil Blurry? He's this little white kid, and I really, really hated it because he was like, he did an Instagram video, and he was like, okay, guys, so should I wear the Louis with the Fendi and with the, he's like 14 years old, and it just reeked of privilege to me, you know?
But that's life, man. I know people when they turn 16. I know a woman that when she turned 16, she got a brand new Lexus. Brand new Lexus. Didn't have to make any car payments, didn't have to pay insurance. Her mom and dad said, here's a Lexus for your birthday. When I turned 16, they kicked me out of the group home because I was acting crazy.
Damn.
And I had to figure out a way. But that's life, man. That's just, life isn't fair.
Yeah, that
Life
shit comes
sucks.
at you fast.
Some people get the silver spoon, and some people get the wooden spoon on their ass, man. But that's life. Write that down. We're gonna make that T-shirt. That's good, huh? That's good. You could bitch about it. I used to be extremely angry.
Right.
I used to be angry all the time.
Right.
And I always felt like I didn't fit in. I didn't fit in these places I was doing shows. I didn't fit in with these people. But it's just once you accept that life isn't fair, some people never have to worry about paying the rent. Some people have to walk their ass off every single day. But it's just that's life, man. Because if you're the guy that has to walk his ass off every day, nobody's ever giving you anything. You could sit there and bitch, but what's that going to do for you? Nothing. Nobody's going to come rescue you. I could sit and I could complain all day about how hard my life was.
Right.
No one's going to come save me. No one's going to say, hey, I feel bad for you. Here's $100,000.
Right.
It doesn't happen, man. If you don't walk your ass off, then it sucks, man.
Yeah, it's definitely.
It's not fair.
It
life isn't fair.
It isn't fair.
Nobody said life is going to be fair.
Yeah, true. I guess that's the overstanding people have to reach is that the whole shit is.
But that's tough to accept.
It's not built to be fair.
It's tough to accept.
But I feel like that's why I like the age that I'm able to come up in, because now it's simple. Like I could start my podcast simple. You know, it didn't take that much. It took money, but it didn't take that much money as per se. Like that would back in the day where I would literally just need to be booking sessions and sessions.
It's great, man.
Sessions,
It's great.
You know?
Now the fact that this podcast is great. There wasn't such thing as podcast 15 years ago.
That's absolutely right.
You had to be on the radio.
Yeah.
You had to be on the radio for people to hear you.
Yeah.
It's great. When's the last time you listened to radio?
I don't listen.
When's the last time you listened to radio, Adrian?
This afternoon.
Mike, what's your name right here? What's your guy? Julian. When's the last time you listened to radio? 4 years ago. Okay, so none of us listen to radio.
Word.
Because we have so many different options. We have Spotify. We have Apple Music. We have iTunes Podcasts. I listen to so much podcasts. I listen to business podcasts. I listen to inspirational podcasts. I listen to wrestling podcasts. I listen to hip hop podcasts. I love absorbing knowledge. And hey, these guys that know so much, I get all this knowledge for free. Yeah. It's great, man.
You can choose what you want to take in. It's very it panders to you.
That's the great thing about technology. Because people like me and you, we could start our own podcast.
It's an equalizer.
We could do our thing. And now, true, some people might be able to pay for more promotion than other people.
Word.
But if you're dope, man.
That's the thing I always say. Talent's always gonna be privileged. Like, because at the end of the day, the real always prevails. That's the way I always see it. Like, if you're just been sticking true to this shit and like really putting in the work, it's gonna prevail. It's gonna pop off.
Well, you always turn on the news and so and so overdosed on heroin. So and so overdosed on this, because they've been given everything their whole life, and they never have to work their ass off. And you work a hard 8-hour shift. You feel good about yourself afterwards.
Word.
You might be tired. You might be exhausted. You might think that you deserve more money than you get, but you feel good that you put in that work. So now imagine if you never had to work hard in your whole life. You would feel dead inside.
Yeah,
every obstacle, everything that's ever been placed in my path that I had to work to overcome. I'm so grateful for it. Because I know people that just been given everything and they're dead inside, and they get high to try to chase the feeling.
I think I'm similar in a way, because that's how I feel. I feel like everything that happened, I'm like, fuck it, I'm right here and I'm content where I'm at.
Yeah.
Who knows how the fuck this shit could have gone for me if shit didn't go the way it did. So I think that you just gotta be grateful for the past. Fuck it, yeah.
But that's easy for us to say as men that been through trials and tribulations. Right. It's easy that overcame it. But for the person or the woman or the man that's going through it right now, that's a tough thing to swallow.
I'm definitely. I mean, both of us know it seems impossible at the time, but I mean, you can work. Like part of the messaging is just like working yourself out of fucked up situations through any means possible. Just working on yourself, growing on yourself.
Yeah.
So we were talking numbers earlier with You said something about 42 billion. Oh, Live Nation, 42 billion in tickets.
$62 billion in 2016.
62
I want
billion.
25% of that. I'll be good.
Word, I want like 5 and I'll be straight. So we had this conversation briefly when I was in the B forum a few weeks ago.
B-side forum.
The music industry, the report came out that it was a $62 billion industry.
And they get 12% of it, the artist.
The artists get 12%. And so the middleman, I mean, one thing I've learned my whole life through hip-hop, through whatever the fuck, you always want to be the fucking middleman because the middleman is the motherfucker that gets paid. And it looks like Spotify and like these labels are the ones getting fucking paid while the artists.
They invented it. They invented streams. Spotify, Apple Music, they invented it.
They invented streams.
There was no streaming before that. What did you listen to music before?
Fucking
before
CDs
Spotify,
and
okay.
iTunes.
And then they invented streaming. Hey, if you would have told a 17-year-old Young Baca for $10 a month, you could have every song that's ever been made. Let's fucking go.
Yeah.
Because I would spend $15 on CDs that had 10 songs on them. It's great. It's awesome.
But like, do you think this is gonna be like just something that just stays like this? Like the artists are always gonna be staying at 12%, or would you feel like just because we're so
artists should be lucky they get 12% in 2018? They should be lucky they get 12%.
Whoa,
it's
really?
true. Yeah.
Do you? It's great.
Do you buy music?
No.
Okay.
I don't.
Do you buy music, Julian? Adrian?
I have Apple Music subscription.
Okay, but you don't buy music, right?
Very
so stop
rarely.
shitting on my fucking point. Yeah. So no, you don't buy music. I don't buy music.
That's true. I mean,
so how can we complain about artists getting 12% when we don't buy music?
For me, I see it. I'm kind of seeing it how it would roll out because I feel like we're really early in the streaming era still, and I feel like the artists and the labels are still really trying to figure it out. Obviously, the labels will try to figure it out to their advantage.
Yeah.
But again, I've seen like even legislation pop up in certain states that to protect like the music industry and shit to help balance out the ratio of profits. So I feel like something like that could potentially happen, similar to how like the movie industry is unionized, shit like that. And I wouldn't see why that wouldn't be able to happen.
Nobody buys music. That's why you pay to go see a movie. You don't pay to buy music.
The stream, the fucking dude. I've always thought about.
But you complain about it. But you complain about it. But you enjoy it.
Because you're fucking right. It's pissing me
you're
off.
being a hypocrite, right?
Yeah, I am. But fuck it. What I'm saying is like the streaming shit. It took over so fast, and you're really
because it's great.
Yeah, and you really put me into a different headspace when you said that the labels basically invented that shit.
Yeah.
Because for me, I always saw it as the labels playing catch up. Mm-hmm. But I guess with Spotify, I thought Spotify was gonna be the new label when it first came out. That labels weren't even gonna be necessary. But I don't really know the business like that, so I don't know what kind of like inner mechanism they did to like make them both profitable.
Nobody gets paid off streams. Nobody gets paid off. Nobody buys music in 2018.
Right.
No one's going to go back. It's not going to happen when you go back to buy music. That's not going to happen.
All right.
No one's going to say, okay, you know what? Let's say the artists aren't making money. The guys that are rapping about how much money they have, they're not making money. So let's go back to this. You're going to have to pay $15 for CD. Every Tuesday, I bought a CD for 15 fucking bucks. And if the CD, I didn't get to sample it. I had to buy the CD. And if it was good, I was excited.
Right.
And if it was bad, then I was screwed.
What
but
artists?
now I pay $10 a month. No, dude, you could go without paying your Apple Music for 2 weeks and they don't cut it off.
Yeah,
it's nuts. It's crazy because they're just making so much money.
Yeah, and now with the Spotify and Hulu deal, it's like $5 a month for streaming for both. It's super cheap. What artists do you think are eating right now? What artists do you think are actually making money?
People make money by doing shows.
So people who do arenas, basically.
Yeah, not even just. I know people that. They go walk down the street in L.A. right now. Nobody knows who they are. Mm-hmm. But they go to Germany, they go to France, they go to Spain, and they sell out shows. If you are an artist that does 50 to 100 shows a year, you're making money. You get paid for it. I pay these artists, People pay these artists. But that's how you make your money, by doing shows.
Do you think...
and selling merchandise.
What do you think it is about Europe that makes them more attractive
because
to like,
Europe is behind when it comes to hip hop music. They're behind. You go to Europe Club right now. They're playing stuff that came out in the 90s. They're trying to catch up, and they appreciate the hip hop because they don't have it as much.
Okay.
So they appreciate everything they get.
Okay. So it comes off
if you're a spitter, you go to Europe and you can make some money.
Okay. Yeah, that's really interesting. It's kind of similar to basketball, I guess, right?
Yeah. Oh, basketball. If you're good, you're good.
That's
well,
true.
Listen. I would.
When you go to China,
I would be an MVP in like one of those small European countries. That's what I want to do. I'm a baller, dude.
Bro, I believe you're wearing that Lakers jersey right now. Is that a LeBron jersey?
No, it's a Kobe jersey. I wish I had a LeBron jersey.
I was just fucking with you.
I like
How do you feel about
LeBron,
LeBron coming to LA?
I love LeBron, man. LeBron is.
Wow.
Do you have? You should pull it up. You should pull it up on YouTube. I've said some awful things in this house about LeBron James. I've said some awful things.
Uh-huh.
But dude, the man married his high school sweetheart.
Word.
From what we know as the public, he's never cheated on her.
Word.
The man just opened up a school with his own money. He paid his own money to do it. He put all his boys back in his crew. He put them back in school so they could become his agents. They become managers, and now they have the biggest sports agency in the planet. He's a good guy. There's nothing you can say about it, man.
You know,
you don't like LeBron?
Not that I don't like him. I just don't like. I didn't feel comfortable with the move to LA.
Why?
It was just a bit.
Were you the guy that threw the paint on the mural?
Fuck no. It was just weird because he has like the whole King thing going on, and it's like Kobe just retired, and the conversation. Even though, truthfully,
but as the
Kobe's
Lakers, we want the best players.
I think
Give me your top 5 NBA players of all time.
Top 5 NBA players of all time. I'm gonna give Curry number 2 just because.
No, I don't know. You already discredited yourself, man.
Nah. Nobody's ever shot like Curry. Fucking Curry number 2 just off the strength of the shots. And then honestly, I don't know who I'd give number. I would honestly give LeBron number 1.
You just said he's number 3.
No, I said Kobe was 3.
Oh, okay, Kobe.
I said Kobe would be 3. And then
so you have Michael Jordan as number 4.
I never saw Michael Jordan play in my fucking life. I'm 21 years old.
That's your fault, dude. I you know what? I never saw the Civil War happen, but I know what happened. I wasn't alive during the Civil War, but I know what happened because I educated myself.
If it means that.
So your ignorance is an excuse to put the guy number 4.
Okay, look.
How old are you? 21.
21.
So when were you born?
97.
Yeah, 97. But that's not an excuse.
It isn't. It really isn't.
Do you know who won the Civil War?
Yes, the Union.
The Union win?
Yeah.
So I'm saying though, but you educated, you should educate yourself. You have a podcast.
Word. People
gonna bring up sports along on your podcast.
I mean, you're right. Thanks for putting me on game.
You should do it, man.
Yeah, bro. So okay. So back to your life, bro. You seem to have a very, very,
Let's talk
very
about it.
hectic
You know, my
life.
Favorite subject is Young Baca. Young Baca's my favorite subject.
Let's go.
There's never a shortage of words when it comes to Young Baca's life.
Fucking. All right, let me just big up Young Baca then, since he likes it. When I was coming up, when I was like 16, depressed and into fucking underground hip hop.
What did you listen to when you were depressed?
Fucking 4 when he first came out.
What does that mean? What is that little diss that you just made? That's a little diss. You said when he first came out.
I don't like the new 4. I don't like the
It's
singing.
the same thing. It's the same thing, just magnified.
It's the same fucking song every time, though.
When you were 16, it was the same song too.
Fuck no. Back when he first came out, when he was spitting, when he had the fucking when he was talking about I was like crack baby, some whatever the fuck. I forgot what it was called. And then he had Move On and shit like that. He was singing it out.
It's the same thing that he's been doing. It's just magnified now. I did a show I was the production manager on the show.
Right.
The venue paid me, hey, you gotta get this guy on stage, get him off stage, run the show, pay everyone at the end, run the meet and greet. 4 had a 150-person meet and greet at the Regent 1 year ago. 150 people paid to meet the kid.
I'm not hating. I'm not even trying to deny any of his success.
But there was a little diss.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like his music. I guess, you know.
But do you think that you aged out of your music? He doesn't make music for you.
You know what? I could have aged out of it.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
you moved on to King Lil G, right?
I did eventually.
Yeah, King
but
Lil G's
now,
the man, dude.
Even now, King Lil G, I don't really listen to him like that.
King Lil G is the best Mexican rapper of all time.
No, he literally is.
Of all time, he's the best Mexican rapper.
He's a beast. He's a beast. Someone tried telling me Cap G once. I was like,
nah,
Cap fuck out of here.
King Lil G, he's the best Mexican rapper of all time.
Yeah, he really
is. He doesn't get enough credit.
What do you think it is with him? Do you think it's just because he's Mexican?
Well, he makes a lot of money off music.
But I'm talking about that spotlight.
But who's not giving the spotlight? What are you saying?
Because
every show he does is sold out. Hill, San Antonio,
mainstream. I guess
Baltimore.
What I'm saying.
What's mainstream?
Mainstream radio play. I see you on Power 106. You know
but
what I mean?
That doesn't matter. We just all talked about that. None of us listen to radio. So who cares who they play?
Well, I just see it as the magnitude of his career. You know, because it's okay if I understand exactly what his accolades are, but like for him to reach his full pinnacle and to reach I feel like part of that is perspective from just more or less casual.
Do you think
fans.
he's happy about his life right now?
Fuck yeah. He don't give a fuck about this shit.
But that's what I'm saying. Everyone talks about radio play, but every interview I do, everyone talks about how they don't listen to the radio. So why do we care about radio play?
Would you say just the people that you're around listen to radio? Because I feel like we're all cultured.
Everybody I talk to.
Really?
Every single person I talk to, nobody listens to radio.
How do you think radio's still running then?
You have to put something in those channels. When you turn on your car and you put 98.7, something has to be on. You know?
That's true. Fucking, I've always wondered, like the difference between. Like,
hold on, let's go back to this. You listen to 4. Who else did you listen to when you were depressed?
4, Devour,
Shout out to Fowler. You don't listen to him no more?
I'm starting it again. He's came out with a new album.
Devour's
yeah,
dope, yeah.
yeah, Devour's dope. Fucking Poetic Death when I was hella depressed.
Yeah.
Fucking
I don't know who that is.
Von Poe.
Oh, Von Poe.
OGT.
Yeah.
Who else? Mob Deep.
You're an 818 kid through and through, man.
Yeah.
All the people you just named, you're an 818
I
kid.
really am, bro.
And through, man.
I lived it my whole life, bro.
That's good,
I know
that's
nothing.
good.
My block is the only thing I know.
Well, that's not good. That's, I listened to Joe Budden when I was depressed. I listened
Joe
to like
Budden. That makes sense.
Joe
yeah.
Budden has some crazy press music. What
Mood
else?
music.
I listened to a lot of mixtape stuff, man. When I was like 16, 17, it was the like Tat Piff was popping and stuff like that. I listened to a lot of but Joe Budden was the one I listened to.
You just worked with Joe Budden recently.
Dude,
right?
I've done like 7 shows with Joe Budden at this
Nice.
point.
You did the when he came out with the podcast.
The
right?
podcast, yeah.
Pretty
Joe
dope.
Budden, I've done shows with Joe Budden in Santa Ana, Arizona, a whole bunch in LA. He would rap his ass off and he would give it all for 90 minutes in front of 150, maybe 200 people.
Right.
He does a podcast where he sits on the couch with his 2 friends and talks shit, and it's sold out. There's like 600 people there, dude.
Yeah.
It's sold out in 2 hours, the podcast.
That rebrand.
It's crazy, man.
That rebrand was amazing.
I told him, I said, dude, we did a show a year ago at the Roxy. There was 200 people, and you had like he had to try. Like, he's not trying with this podcast. It's just chilling. It's just talking shit, man.
Yeah.
So good for him, man. Shout out to Joe. Joe has shown me so much love, man. It's really cool.
Nah, yeah, he seems like a great guy.
Yeah.
He really does. Genuine. The new whole Spotify deal he got now. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
His picture up in Times Square, man. It's awesome.
I
dude.
was telling him I like when I see that shit because I like to see how far I can take this shit. You
Yeah.
know, like there isn't necessarily a blueprint more or less for this podcast shit yet.
Podcast is new, man.
Yeah, it's so fucking fresh. So it's
Yeah.
like I'm excited to see where they go with it. I'm excited to see where they go with it. But definitely, so back to your life again. What would you say?
Let's talk about
the
it.
narrative of your life has been. You know, like what do you think? What kind of themes come up in your life often?
Life sucks. That's it.
Life
That's what comes up
sucks.
in my life often.
Life sucks.
When my girlfriend fakes up on me, and I've had cancer. I've been homeless. I've both my parents have died in my arms. It's life sucks, man. Life isn't fair. But I could complain or I could work my ass off, man. And even now, I don't work as hard as I should, man.
What do you mean?
I'm so tough on myself. I'm sitting on my couch and I'm working, I'm answering emails, I'm answering texts, and I'm exhausted. If I fall asleep, I'm like mad at myself because I could have been working, man. You know, I'm so tough on myself that I gotta work harder, man. 100%.
Well, it shows how tough you are on yourself
Yeah.
because you're consistently just putting in the work, putting in shows. I mean, fucking, you already said the numbers.
Yeah.
Fucking, damn, bro, you've had a life.
Life isn't fair, man.
You've had a life.
Life isn't fair. But there's kids in the group home. Life Circle group home in Pacoima.
Uh-huh.
I sponsor that group home. We go, we pay for those kids to get their haircut. We do a back to school drive. We provide the clothes, provide the kicks, provide the school supplies.
That's amazing.
For Christmas, we have a toy drive. We do all this
Wow.
stuff. Those kids, I know one kid, he was in the closet because he was hiding from his mom and his dad when they were fighting.
Uh-huh.
His dad killed his mom and then killed himself, and he saw the whole thing while he was hiding in the closet. He was 6 years old, man.
Fuck.
So who am I to complain about my life? This kid's 6 years old, man.
Damn.
That's tough, man. And there's a billion stories like that, man.
That's true. It's always somebody always has
Yeah.
the worst. Somebody always has the worst, and I guess that's what you got to be grateful for. That it wasn't even though when it's fucking gone to shit,
Yeah.
it could have always gone worse.
It's like life is tough, man. Life is tough. Life really is tough.
Where are you at now with life? How do you feel about it? Like,
I'm okay. I'm cool.
Yeah.
I'm chilling. I hate the word chilling. Because chilling just means like you're relaxing and you're hanging out.
are you like?
I'm working my ass off to be everything I have the potential to be.
You're comfortable in the space you're in.
Comfortable is I'm not comfortable.
Not content,
Not
but
comfortable. I'm not comfortable.
Nah?
Not comfortable. It's you got to work hard, man. It's not easy. We do all this stuff, but it's 100% independent. We got to figure things out. We got to take from this section to pay this section, and take from this section to pay this section.
Right.
We are an independent company, man. 100%. On Friday night, we're trying to compete for your business. We want you to come to the show.
Right.
When you're in LA, and you could do 5 billion other things, man. You know,
Right.
it's tough, man. But we believe in what we're doing, and we're working hard, man.
You proud of yourself?
Yeah, I think I'm a great guy.
You are.
I think I'm a great guy. But I could be. I have the potential to be amazing, dude.
Word.
And I feel sometimes I lack on that a little bit.
You've-
There isn't anything worse than wasted potential.
I feel you.
The worst thing is those 45-year-old MCs that when they were 20, they were 21, they were 23, 24, they were going to all these different states doing all these shows.
Word.
And now they can't get booked.
Yeah.
And now, hey, they always put up the Twitter status, now doing features at so-and-so at gmail.com.
Yeah.
Or, hey, open the booking, blah, 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 because they need to get that income going, man. There isn't anything worse than wasted potential. And I don't want to be that guy.
No, I feel.
I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah, that's something that I think about too.
Yeah.
Also, I'm a bit younger, so I still reflect more on my childhood and maybe.
You ain't that much younger than I'm only 27, man.
Still, but I mean,
making me seem like I'm an old man up here.
Look, man, I'm just kidding.
I feel like I wasted the first 23 years of my life.
You feel?
Dude, I never did homework. I never studied for a test. I would go to school maybe 3 times a week if I was lucky.
I feel you.
And there's so much I missed out on. You know what I'm saying?
No, I feel you.
Because I was a little ghetto group home baby, and I feel like I wasted my life, dude. So I'm trying to catch up now.
I see. Do you feel like you almost got well, you do. You feel like you have a lot of catching up. Do you feel like you're running out of time, or do you feel you're
no?
more
I don't feel like I have the rest of my life ahead of me. But let's go. Let's work hard. Let's get it popping.
No, I feel you. I feel wasted potential and all that.
Wasted potential is the biggest thing, man.
Yeah, because I think about that too with my peers that I used to be with in school. Like I feel like I went to college and fucking and I'm just doing.
Where do you
this
go to college?
shit.
You go CSUN?
CSUN.
Yeah.
It's not even like a great score or whatever.
Oh,
but
CSUN's dope, man.
Thanks, man. But what I'm just saying, it's not even like I've accomplished so many great things, but it's I made it out more or less, you know. And it's there's just, my peers didn't make it out, you know. And there's a lot of things that come with that. I feel like a bit of survivor's guilt, and then just a bit of almost you wish you could have done something more in a sense.
You're the typical CSUN student, man.
I'm telling you, bro. I'm just me, bro. Honestly. But again, would you say you've encountered anything like that? I don't know. Well, obviously, how you said, the kids in the orphanage had it worse than you. But anybody down the line where you've met and you had some kind of working relationship with in a sorts, and they kind of just didn't really pull through like that.
Yeah, but that's on you, man. That's just there's no excuses, dude. You could be the best. You could you could do this. You could do that. The worst thing is when an artist says, "Oh, I'm just taking a break right now." How could you take a break? How could you take a break in the beginning of your career when there was 5 million people trying to achieve the same goal that you have? That's the worst thing. I never understand that, but
that's how I see it. That's
how I see it. A lot of people say I'm not sympathetic to other people. I'm not, and that's true. I struggle with that.
I mean, I think you've earned the right to be not that sympathetic.
Yeah,
to
but
others.
you don't want to. You don't want to have you don't be so
cold.
You don't want to be so cold and so, you don't want to do that stuff. It's not good.
Do you think those kind of being cold and kind of develops certain instincts?
I don't think it's cold. I think it's just that okay, you did this and okay, life isn't fair. I understand. It's tough.
I feel what you mean.
Yeah.
I feel you.
I'm not sympathetic to people.
Yeah.
I can't really comfort people that well.
I see what you mean.
It's tough.
Do you feel like they already should be in the same kind of mental space that you should be?
But then that's unreasonable for me to think that way too.
It isn't. It isn't.
Dude, I deal with so much grown men coming to clubs that don't have IDs. And I say, hey, what's up? My name's so-and-so. I'm here to perform. I say, all right, cool. Just show you ID this guy and be good to go. Oh, I don't have my ID. Well, I can't. It's a club. He's like, oh, well, I'm performing. Yeah, but it is a club. It's illegal for us to let you in. And so, just let me in real quick, blah, blah. I said, no, because if Vice comes in, it's going to be a $10,000 ticket. That's not going to go to you. It's going to go to the club. Right. And the club's going to give me shit about it.
Word.
It's just, I don't feel bad for you when it comes to that stuff.
No, I definitely, with logistics.
But that happens in our community, though. A lot of people don't have IDs. Don't you think so? You know a lot of people don't have IDs?
I don't, man.
I know a lot of people don't have IDs.
I think
I know a lot of people don't have IDs because they might have warrants for the arrest, or they don't think about stuff like that. They don't think about opening a bank account. They don't think about I need my ID.
That's the weird thing when people are scared of getting credit cards and stuff like that kind of scares me.
I ain't scared of credit cards. Yo, American Express,
motherfucker,
hit me up. Let's go.
I ain't scared of no fucking credit card. Wells Fargo can fucking tell you that.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is it's fucking vital. It's vital.
In our community, a lot of people don't trust banks.
Yeah, it's true.
I know. I don't fuck with the bank. I don't fuck with. Well, what do you think the bank's gonna do? Just steal your money and walk away? But that's just how they raise, man. That's how they think, dude.
Couch, shoebox, no shoes in it. Fucking,
But then your house goes into flames and all your money was in that shoebox and you're screwed.
And my grandma burned all her money in the oven.
Yeah?
She forgot about it.
Seriously?
She forgot it, preheated it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
She was keeping it in the oven.
Yeah, I don't know.
How much money was it?
I think it was a few G's.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. Oh, but yeah. Young Baca.
What do we do to change that?
What?
What do we do to change that?
To change that? You know what's interesting?
Like, so why didn't she have a bank account?
Here's the interesting about money in the hood. Somebody dies. They put together a little cookout. We sell shit. Raise a few $1,000s in a few days. Why can't we do that every week consistently? Get like a pool of money and then buy up properties, some shit like that, and bring it back into the community.
That's easier said than done, man.
Obviously,
That's
but we
easier
need to
said
be
than
on some Farrakhan shit.
There's an artist right now that he's trying to perform an A3C. Every song he has about him making money and having sex with women, but he has a GoFundMe that says "Get me the A3C," and I have a big issue with that. Why should we pay for you to get the A3C? Who do you think you are?
Right.
Am I cold-hearted to think that?
No, absolutely not.
Adrian, if there's an artist right now trying to ask people, sending people texts, sending people DMs saying, "Hey, give me the A3C," what do you think about that?
If you're rapping about having money, then it just doesn't come up.
But even if you're not, why should we send you the A3C?
You should be working yourself to get
Yeah.
yourself over there.
I think that's someone that is in delusion and thinks that they have more of a base than they do.
If you need to get a job, a 9-to-5 job, just to pay for your plane ticket over there, then do it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
we've all had to fund our dreams somehow.
I think a lot of these rappers are too proud to get a 9 to 5.
Dude, I'll do anything for $10, man.
Even though these days you can definitely pop off with a 9 to 5, you can pop off while
Ain't
going to
nothing wrong
college.
with a 9 to 5, man.
It's so easy.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong. You got to fund the dream
Yeah.
until you
Yeah.
make it. You know what I mean? You gotta pay your bills somehow. You gotta keep a roof over your head.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's like an ego thing.
Artists
I
piss
suppose.
me off, man. Artists are stupid, dude. Artists are stupid, right?
some of them. Yeah.
Honestly, I'm really new into this game, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Don't get me wrong. There's some great artists out there. There's some
No,
really genuine
absolutely.
people,
It's real professional.
but there's some that are
Yeah,
just,
I've had trouble with some
well,
too.
weird.
You got in trouble with what?
With some art, like just like I don't know, just like terrible communication with some artists.
Who?
I
See, look, let's go, baby. Let's go. We're going to talk about it. Let's talk about it. What was the communication? You don't have to say who it was, but
Nah,
what
it's
was the
just like
communication?
it's just like, yo, you coming? Like we set. Oh, it was today.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. It's
But
today.
is it their fault or is it how they were raised? Or at some point, do we stop making excuses for grown men?
You stop making
Yeah.
excuses for grown men, bro. It's like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
Like as far as like, you
That's
about
why you
it
don't
or
listen.
not?
That's why you don't listen to Four no more because he stood you up.
You know what's funny? I had a back and forth with Fora on
Yeah.
Facebook that I'll never forget. It was me, Fora, fucking
You were talking shit, huh?
fucking Razor, I think was involved, and another dude. I can't fucking remember his name. He wasn't as big though. But fucking Fora was starting this beef. I think he dissed somebody, and I just said he had a lyric. He said, "Fuck a rap beef. I'll never diss back."
And you called him out on it.
And I was like, "Yo, what happened to that?" And he was just acting like an asshole. He's like, "Ha ha ha, motherfucker."
Well, yeah, you'll be an asshole too, though.
I was
you were
being
calling
a
him out.
fan.
Yeah.
I was being
I know
a
a lot
fan.
of fans are assholes, man.
Nah, I was like, I just don't understand. I just feel like if you're gonna put yourself in a situation where you're gonna make me believe that you're in a certain situation where you feel you're above the bullshit.
So do you separate the artist from the MC?
The artist from the MC. What do you mean by that?
So, do you like R. Kelly?
Look, R. Kelly's before my time, and so I was never that into him. But I can't.
Let's say you like Rick Ross.
Yeah,
Everything Rick Ross talks about is being a big gangster, being this, being that. But he
he's
was a
not.
parole officer.
Yeah.
Are you,
You know
okay
what?
with that, or do you say, hey, this is the artist and that's the man?
You know what? With that one, that's a fucking good one. I think about this too. Honestly, I let it slide. Because.
So why do you let him slide?
You know why I let him
Why do you
slide?
let Rick Ross slide, who was a parole officer, but you don't let Forrest slide, who made one comment?
Because Rick Ross is way more inspiring than Fora.
No, because Forrest, he's accessible. That's why.
Nah, fuck Fora.
Yeah, Forrest dope, man.
He is, but I don't like. I mean,
He doesn't make music for you. He doesn't care
Yeah,
if you like
he
him or
doesn't.
not.
You know, it's all right. Fuck it. I can respect what he does, but it's not for me.
But why do you let him slide? So if you're inspirational,
I like Rick Ross slide because Rick Ross taught me business. Rick Ross taught me how to move properly. Rick Ross teaches me shit. You know, he puts me into the loop.
that's wrong, because we talk about this and we talk about this. Ford came from nothing. He had nothing, dude, and he sold like $1.2 million worth of merchandise on Black Friday. He has a billboard in Hollywood.
That's crazy. That's impressive.
So why don't we? But because he's so close to us, we don't accept that, and we don't.
Damn, bro.
We don't give the props to that.
Honestly, for me, I think I just gotta get over my personal shit with him. As far as like, him switching up, not switching up, but just he
Rick
started
Ross was a
pandering.
parole officer. Now he's rapping like he's a gangster.
But I'm talking about
That's
the music.
the biggest switch up ever.
I'm talking about the music.
That's the biggest switch up
I didn't know
ever.
Rick Ross was a pro officer.
But you knew for us, so you're tough on him.
I know because I'm just saying how the music was introduced to me.
You like Tupac?
I'm talking
Do
strictly
you like
music.
Tupac? Do you like Tupac?
Yes.
Tupac was a ballerina. Tupac was from
Juilliard, right?
He was from Baltimore.
He went to Juilliard.
He was an artist. He was a dancer.
But
So you give Tupac and Rick Ross, people that don't know who you are, don't give a fuck who you are, nothing. But this kid 4 that we all saw in front of our eyes go from this kid to being in Forbes magazine, we give him a tough time.
damn, bro, I'm being a fucking hater, huh?
Yeah, I think you are.
Damn.
And I think a lot of people are being haters to 4.
I guess you know what? I guess.
Tupac was a ballerina, and he's
I
over here
can't-
saying fuck the cops, saying blood this, blood that.
But he looked. Well, he obviously fucking was ready to die about
4
it.
is not trying to be a gangster. He's rapping about love. Why are we so tough on him? Because we saw this kid go from nothing
Yeah.
to being in Forbes magazine.
Yeah,
But you're mad at him because of one line?
I'm not.
Rick Ross was a parole officer.
You're right.
Tupac was a ballerina.
All right,
but they're
Baca,
cool.
point
They are
proven.
cool. But the kid that we saw in front of our eyes grind his ass off and work his ass, the kid did shows like every fucking night.
Do you manage for?
No, I don't. I don't even think 4 knows who I am. 4 doesn't know who I am. But why are we tough on that kid?
No, you're right. I guess it must be the proximity.
Yeah, because we can see it. But it's a little bit of hate.
It's a little. I guess because it made it more personal that we saw him grind from such
Yeah.
a small space. You know, because
He's still rapping about the same stuff.
I definitely remember the backyard shows,
Yeah.
the videos where it'd be like 5.
So
10
shouldn't
people.
you let a couple things slide because you've seen that? What?
Yeah, I should.
This
Look at
has
Baca.
been the Young Baca Productions podcast.
This has
We here
been
at
Young
Jordan
Baca
River
therapy.
Recordings. It's true, man. But it's not just you. It's everybody does that.
No, you're right.
Everybody does it.
You're right. What about?
You like self-provoked?
Yeah, I do.
Self-provoked changed up his style more than anybody.
Yeah, he really has.
Why don't we give him shit about
his
it?
new stuff? I think because his new stuff is actually a little bit more consumable than his older stuff.
I don't know, man.
You know what?
I like self-provoked music, but you're gonna say 4 doesn't get a pass about changing his music, but self-provoked is a complete 180. I like self-provoked. I like 4. I like both of them. But why are we so tough on 4? It's something about 4. I think a lot of it has to do with being a light-skinned kid with colored eyes. The fact that all the women love him, I think was super tough on him.
I think you might be right.
So the biggest thing with 4 is people talk about he said he got stabbed and he said, "This is the man that stabbed me." Do you have an issue with that?
No.
I don't have an
Well,
issue with it.
depends. Was he a civilian for at the time, or was he like?
He never said he was a gangster. If somebody comes in right now, if somebody breaks in the studio right now and they shoot me in the head, or if they shoot me in the head, I survive, and they say, "Who was it?" I said, "It's fucking Dante West." Am I a bad guy for saying that?
No, absolutely not. That's
So then why do we give that kid so much shit?
I never.
He was 16.
For me, I never was anything. I never was on the Forest Snitch Gang boat. Like never. It just never made any sense to me. It was kind of annoying more than anything. Because anytime you would go see who was commenting those, it was just like some fucking loser.
It was haters.
Yeah. Yeah. It's what artists right now do you think are popping off locally?
Revelry's doing a thing.
Reverie. Yeah. Gavlin got that rebrand.
Gavin's cool. But like people that I listen to that like from LA, I listen to a lot of King Lil G. I listen to Reverie. 4 to Fam, but you know, people can say I'm biased because of my business partners, but 4 to Fam has songs with J.R. Ryder, Hellwell, Fred the Godson. Like every time we go to like those are huge names. Slum the Resident, who's in those same studio sessions. Fred the Godson, J.R. Ryder, Hellwell. You know what I'm saying? Like Cameron did a song with us, dude. Why don't we give respect for that? You know?
No, def.
Cali Ray's music group. I listen to a lot of podcasts. I listen to a lot of Christian hip hop.
Christian
hip hop. I listen to a lot of Lecrae. I listen like when Christian hip hop's good, it's really good. But then there's like some like corny stuff. Like it's just like it's the worst. When it's like it's so bad.
Well,
dude.
what artists do you listen to?
I listen to Lecrae. I listen to like artists like nobody even heard of before.
Yeah.
I listen to like Trip Lee. You know.
Yeah, Trip Lee and the Cram.
Yeah, Trip Lee, Lecrae, Andy Mineo.
Oh yeah, Andy Mineo.
But I like to like deep stuff. But like when they try to be like trap or when they try to, it's like when it's bad, it's really bad. It's like awful. It's like it's awful to listen to. I listen to a lot of like Meek Mills. I like struggle rap. I like get us going.
Speaking about Meek,
I listen to a lot of artists I book. I listen to music because the reason I want you on my show because I like you.
Word.
I listen to You know, there's a kid named Aura who moved in from Long Island a few months ago. He's really dope. He was on the B-side forum last night. This guy Johnny Kane that moved out here from Florida. He was on the B-side forum last night. Yeah, man. 498 to Fam, Some Resident. Yeah, I like reggaeton a lot. I like R&B. I like gospel music. I like country. I like a lot of country music.
Really?
Yeah, man. So everything, dude. I like rock music. Like I like Pink and like Linkin Park and stuff like that. I'm a complex dude, man. You know, I'm a mysterious, complex dude.
No, I mean, it shows that you. I mean, you based on your Instagram and like just showing off all the work you do, you stretch yourself out. You feel me? So it makes sense that even like with music, you stretch yourself out. See how important
Instagram is? That you get a sense of somebody who
you really get to know somebody. Yeah. It's pretty crucial. Fuck. I forgot my question.
How long you been going out with your girlfriend?
A year.
Before you went out with your girlfriend, we're gonna get you some trouble right now. Did you ever like go into some of these DMs on Instagram?
Nah, bro, I've never been the DM.
No,
guy.
you never once went into somebody's DMs and said, "Hey, what's up?"
Yeah, maybe
okay,
once.
so it's okay.
Yeah, once or twice.
And what did you say? What was your line?
Fuck, probably hey, what's up, bro?
Yeah,
I'll
hey,
be
what's
honest,
up?
I'm not
Hey,
the
what's up
DM
is
guy.
lame,
I don't got game like that, bro.
Yeah? All right, there you go. How did you meet your girlfriend?
What?
How did you meet your girlfriend?
We were in high school together, but then she
What
moved
high
out
school
to
did you go to?
Palmdale Valley Academy of Arts
There
and
you go.
Sciences out in
Nice.
Granada Hills. Don't judge me for that shit.
I don't go west of the 405, man.
Bro, I've never gone west of the 405 until I went to that motherfucking school,
Yeah.
and there was a culture shock right there.
That's
5
cool.
miles away, bro. Whole new world.
That's what it is about the 818. You go up one block and it's a different planet than what it is.
Yeah, like shout out to Vista, you know. And sad thing about Vista is like I ran into one of my homies the other day, in front of Vista at the Michoacan tacos place, and when we were talking about middle school, and then we were talking because an article came out that one of the dudes we went to middle school with ended up getting popped and killed right in front of the middle school, like later on in life. So it was just like I ran into him, we were all talking about it, and that dude actually had like some tension with that dude like back then, like obviously nothing now, you know, but like so it was like he was a character in my life more or less, and it was just it was like a trip, like taking that in, you know, like we went to school together, and then it's like three of us. Like we all have different. He's doing something different. I'm doing something different, and he's dead. You know,
That's how it is sometimes.
Yeah,
man.
yeah, and it's like
That's the game.
That's the fucking game. It's definitely a game of statistics, a game of numbers.
Yeah.
Like just if you look at the it's sad with sociology. There's a lot of numbers, a lot of percentages, a lot of stats involved. So it's like shit is designed that only a certain percent will really make it out and do something. That's just how it is. That's how it works.
It's a tough life, man. Life isn't fair.
It isn't. Life isn't fair.
Is everybody that goes to CSUN a rapper? Because everybody I meet from CSUN's a rapper.
Word.
Everybody's a
honestly, I don't even know. I think Young CA goes to CSUN and he raps, but I don't really know. Honestly, I'm anti-social as a motherfucker. I don't
That's not good if you want to have a podcast.
Bro, tell me about it. I mean, I don't know. When I'm here, I feel a little better. I feel a little bit more in my element.
Yeah.
But as far as like going out, because I feel like we're here for purpose, you know?
Yeah.
I don't like talking with no purpose. I don't like small talk.
Yeah, small talk sucks.
Yeah. Fucking. Yeah,
if you're walking down the street, do you say hi to somebody? If they're walking down the same street as you, you give a little nod. You just put your head down.
I put my head down.
That's rude.
Is it?
Adrian, you say hi to somebody if they're walking down the street?
Maybe not say hi, but I'll acknowledge him.
Yeah. You know, Adrian is from Tucson, so this whole thing is a culture shock for Adrian.
Tucson.
Yeah, he's from Tucson,
Arizona.
man.
Tucson, Arizona.
Tucson, Arizona. So he moved to the valley and he's in culture shock.
Almost 8 years.
Nice. How different was it?
It's a lot different.
Look at that picture behind Adrian. Me with a Reverie t-shirt on right there, man.
Oh,
Doing
nice.
my thing, dude.
Holding it
Reverie's
down.
dope, man.
Holding it down.
Adrian, how big of a culture shock was it from coming from Tucson, Arizona, to a beautiful place called Van Nuys, California? You should see. Well, I don't mean to cut you off. You should hear the stories that Adrian tells. Adrian's like, man, my neighbor is like selling drugs. I said, bullshit, Adrian. He's like, he pulled out a gun. He's like, oh, all right, Adrian. Okay, cool.
When I first moved to LA, I lived in North Hollywood for 3 years, and then we came to Van Nuys, but we didn't really do research on the neighborhood until the first year was cool. The second year after we got here, it was active. I'll just say that. But it was active.
He's like, I know my neighbor's like selling drugs.
Hell
and doing
yeah.
He's a liar.
Yo,
dude.
2 people got killed.
I don't think so. I never heard that. That's what I'm saying. I don't know where you heard
didn't
this
live
from.
here at the time, though.
I still
That's
hear
when
about
you were
it.
still up in What, Panorama
City, baby.
Yeah.
I used to live in a great apartment in Panorama City.
Where?
But then my roommate, who's like my best friend, so I know him since he was 10. It's actually his birthday today. Shout out to my boy Lozano. He got his girlfriend pregnant, so we had to move out. Dude.
Damn.
And we had so much game left in us, dude. We had so much. Man, I think about it every day, dude. But
tragic. I'm sorry for your loss. Fucking. Yeah, fucking PC and Van Nuys is definitely a weird. It's an interesting place to live.
Yeah.
Would you guys say? It's,
what do you think about the gentrification of Pacoima?
The gentrification of Pacoima?
Yeah.
I'm not really out in Pacoima to see it. Honestly.
No, you don't fuck with it.
I'm not. I don't have no
You
business over
don't
there.
fuck with Pacoima, right? That's what you're saying.
No, actually, I got a lot of listeners in Pacoima.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, so shout out to Pacoima. I respect it, but maybe I should get up on game on it, honestly, because I'm not really just out there. I'm out in Selmar, but Selmar is way different than Pacoima, really. As far as like gentrification, it's pretty empty.
Yeah.
But what Panorama City is fucking getting gentrified as a motherfucker. All down
Nah.
Roscoe, Sepulveda. But I should expect it because Sepulveda is obviously like a main street that takes you fucking everywhere. And it's honestly, it's very fucking great living on Sepulveda because you see fucking characters. Like, you see some shit.
Sepulveda's cleaned up, man. You know, in 2015, LAPD arrested, I think it was 100. No, it was 495 prostitutes and Johns. You know what a John is?
No.
A John is the guy that goes and picks up the prostitute. Hey, what's up?
Oh, okay,
Hey,
okay.
what do you want to do? Blah, blah. That's a John.
Yeah.
So the cops arrested 495 between Sepulveda and Lankershim. They arrested that many. There's no more hookers on Sepulveda.
I see him sometimes.
Man,
It's not as
like
it used to be.
5 years ago, it was like
No,
nuts,
yeah, no,
dude.
definitely. I used to come out in high school and they'd still be out.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to school and shit.
What were you going to say?
Just about a year ago, me and Andy went to go to the store to get some supplies for a studio, and we're like turning the corner. And
What's your studio? What's the name of your studio?
Jordan River Recordings.
And if people want to book, what do they hit you up at?
Instagram at Jordan River Recordings.
There you
Word.
So we went to go to Harbor Freight Tools on Sepulveda to get some supplies, and then we're waiting there at the corner, and there was two girls, and they stopped the car, and one girl hollered to her other girl. She's like, "Yo, I got one."
There
and
you
they
go,
both
man.
went to the car and got the car and drove off.
Holy shit.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, right there by I think the street's called Valerio. It's like
Yeah.
a closed street.
Yeah.
That's where
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
popping.
It's popping, man.
Yeah,
But it's not
it's
like that no
popping.
more, so it's good, man.
Yeah.
You know.
It's one time I came outside, it was pretty fucked up. I was coming outside and like all the kids were out playing, a real peaceful scene and shit in the building, and then I walk out the motherfucking building and then there's this dude just shooting up heroin right outside. And I'm just like,
I heard that on your podcast, man.
oh yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone do heroin before.
That was the first time I never even imagined I would ever see that.
Yeah,
honestly.
in the middle of the day.
In broad daylight, bro. Broad daylight.
So I was in a situation when I used to live on Langdon. I used to live on Langdon and Roscoe.
Oof.
And I was waiting for my friend to come pick me up at the 7-Eleven on Roscoe and Sepulveda.
Oh yeah.
And there was a prostitute and a pimp.
Mm-hmm.
And her pimp was getting physical. And her pimp said, "Bitch, where's my money?" or something like that. And he's backhands her. So it's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So I always think about this. I didn't say anything because I knew the situation.
Right.
But should I have stepped in on that situation? What do you do when there was a pimp and a prostitute and they're fighting? Do you step in? Because what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to defend the woman and say, "Hey, don't touch," blah, blah. But then that's her pimp, and then they would turn on you. I didn't do anything, but I think about it all the time. What would you have done in this situation?
I wouldn't mind my business because you know what I think in those situations, especially since it's close to where you live. Like I gotta protect me and my family. That's it. That's all I care about.
Yeah.
That's how I
What
rationalize it.
if it wasn't a pimp and a prostitute? What if it was just a man and a woman just having a domestic case?
I think I would intervene.
You would have to intervene.
Yeah, I would
right?
have to intervene. I would definitely have to intervene.
What
I
would you
wouldn't-
do, Adrian? Super kicks to the face?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
there you
don't
go.
know.
Nice. Adrian avoids all the like serious questions.
Yeah.
Fuck, man, this is a really good podcast.
It's awesome, dude.
This is a really
I
good
appreciate you
podcast.
coming through, man.
Bro, I appreciate you.
It
fucking
means a
coming
lot.
on.
I really do appreciate what you're doing, man. It's super cool, and I appreciate you putting on for Panorama City, man. Who's the most famous person to ever come out of Panorama City?
Hobson.
Who?
Hobson.
You like Hobson?
I don't listen to him that much.
I used to like Hobson a lot, but he's like super corny now, man.
He got. I liked him, I guess, because he had the Eminem energy, and that's what got me to Eminem when I was a kid as well. Yeah, when the whole Funk Volume thing like kind of went down and it stopped existing, the name Undercover Prodigy, I didn't even fuck with it to begin with. And then I didn't really like the direction he went in. He does make good music, so like the Panorama City song is actually a good song.
I never heard that song.
I played it on the podcast.
Oh,
It's actually pretty good. But it's not It's not for me. It's
Yeah.
not. And
He's
it's
a little
funny,
cheesy now.
It's funny that he's gonna make Panorama. He's putting Panorama City on the map, but his music's not for me.
Yeah.
You know, it's weird how that
Does
works.
that drive you crazy? Who do you listen to from Panorama City besides Thompson?
From Panorama City,
Yeah.
bro? I don't know anybody
Yeah.
really that I would listen to from Panorama City. I think Valley Boy. I think I listen to him. I think he's from Panorama. I don't really listen to him religiously, but I like what he's got going on.
Have you heard of KO Problems?
KO Problems, no.
Yeah, he's dope.
He's from Panorama.
Adrian's over here trying to push his own artist, man. He has his own agenda going
Is
on.
he from Panorama?
Yeah.
For sure. I'm gonna check him out for
He's
sure.
really dope.
No, I'm eager as fuck to support people from Panorama. Like eager for that shit.
I'm happy we linked up, man.
Same,
you
bro.
know, I'm happy that we got together and we're able to do this. I appreciate you getting on the B-side forum. That means a lot.
No, I appreciate you giving me the opportunity.
Yeah,
I
man.
appreciate you even fucking the energy you showed me. You coming onto this.
I'm a saint, dude.
Saint Baca.
I'm a modern
live in
saint.
dude, you got a halo on top of you right now, bro.
That's what I tell people, dude.
It's just sweat.
All right, guys. That was In the Cut, episode 1. Young Baca Productions.
If people want to, if they want to book an act, if you're an artist and you want to get on the show, text me directly, 310-345-2909. If you have a club, if you have a bar that you want us to come to and do a couple shows, hit me up, youngbacproductions@gmail.com. Thank you again for having me in. Adrian on the knobs, I appreciate you. I know you're busy recording Crooked Eye and Too Short and everybody.
Definitely.
So I appreciate you making a little bit of time for all of us, man.
Of course.
Definitely gonna
Thank
take
you for
this
coming
sound to
through.
another level.
So if you ever need to record a podcast, hit up Adrian, man. I don't know
definitely.
what his rates are now that he's been recording Crooked Eye
He's
and
popping
everything,
off.
but I'm sure he could hook you up with something cheap,
I
man.
appreciate that. Well, again, let me leave you off with this. No one discovers more talent in California than Young Baca, and no one holds it down for Panorama City more than me and Young Baca.
There you go, man.
And yeah, so that was In the Cut, episode 1. Thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for watching. And I'll see you guys soon.
We out. Sweet, dude. That was good.